Well, seeing as everybody seemed to like the last video about what I got my Camaro for, I thought we'd share a little bit on the Mustang here. So, had this car for quite a number of years now, probably, oh wow, 5 or 6 years probably. I just happened to be going out to the lake. I was going fishing and seeing this puppy on the side of the road. Kind of thought, well, 65 or 6 Mustang looks like a cool car. Didn't really think much of it. Keep driving and come back. It's still there. Obviously, it wasn't sold right away. It was gone for half a day or something. Come back and decide, well, let's pull in and take a look at it. So here I find this very restorable, also very nice 65 Mustang for sale. The gentleman that owned it, his wife was the second owner of the car. I believe had it since the 70s or something like that. And they used to drive. She used to daily drive for work, and then ended up, parking the car once upon a time ago and just stopped driving it.
So as luck would have it, we started talking to the guy, obviously, a bit. Said he had all kinds of extra parts that went along with the car. Told me it was the original 289 two-barrel in there. So I thought that was a bonus. Hey, it had an engine, it's complete drivetrain, everything, original transmission. It does run and drive. Well, let me rephrase that. It doesn't stop because the brakes, the pedals seize shut. I'm sure it's just a stuck master cylinder, but who knows? This thing probably needs brakes all throughout. Not a big deal. I do plan on kind of daily driving it this year, though, so that is definitely on my to-do list to figure out exactly what's going on here. But anyway, without getting too far off topic, let's talk more about this car. So, get to the guy's house. Sticker on the window, $3,200, I think it said, something like that. I thought, well, that's pretty reasonable. And keep in mind, 5 years ago, you were paying roughly, I'm going to say $10,000 or so, would net you a absolutely beautiful 64 to 66 Mustang coupe. I mean, you really weren't far off of 67, 68 coupes either. They were pretty close in line, and they still kind of are. However, I'm sure most of you know the price has essentially doubled, if not more, and a nice driver quality coupe is going to set you back a lot closer to $20,000 now. So I thought at the time, well, $3,000 needs work. Obviously, runs and drives, kind of doesn't stop. Let's, maybe there's something we could do with that. So while we get to talking about the car, tells me he's got all kinds of parts. It came with a brand new dash pad, brand new seat covers, brand new carpet, black obviously, brand new door panels. These ones have the button and tough. Brand new rear seat cover as well. I don't think it came with a new headliner. However, for the exception of a little rip right there, which doesn't really bother me much, this interior is in very good condition. Other than the Flintstones floors. That's a bit of a problem, but we can fix that. That's easy. Just takes a bit of time. After a little bit of haggling, going back and forth, I ended up, offering him, tried to steal it. I was thinking, I'll give you $2,500 or something. And he's like, yeah, no, that's not going to cut it. And I thought, well, what about without all the interior parts, knowing full well how expensive some of that stuff is, although the Mustang parts are pretty cheap in comparison to what's out there. And, he kind of came back. He's like, how about a little bit of back and forth? We came to three. We ended up settling on $2,600. And I brought the car home. I thought, yeah, you know what? That's a great deal. And you know what? And now, after buying it for $2,600, I'm thrilled I got it. It's probably worth double in the condition it's in right now, if I had to guess. Depends, especially with the new parts, I guess. But again, online, everyone likes to tell you what everything's worth. And I try to be pretty well versed in it, but it's pretty easy to just put a price and call it a day, and someone's going to offer you, and realistically, whatever it sells for, that's what it's worth. What somebody's willing to pay, that's what it's worth. So really, I got a pretty good deal on it as far as I'm concerned, especially in today's dollars. It just kills me though, because there's so many cars like over these years, like even the last 5, pre-COVID, everything, COVID, everything went up. The old cars too, everything did, right? People were staying home doing project cars more than they've ever done before because they couldn't go to work, they couldn't do anything else. However, I wish I would have bought more cars. That's always a thing, and obviously I have limited funds and I do what I can with what I got. But God, we got the '68 fastback shell. Essentially, there's nothing left of it, and but I bought it because it's the cheapest, only one I'm going to ever be able to afford. Probably that it's destroyed and I can slowly fix it as I get to it. But
The guy had a 66 Mustang, much like this one. It was red. The front end had a little bit of a ding on it. I guess it had been hit once upon a time ago. And kind of hemmed and hawed. I'm like, well, I already have a 65. You know, I don't need another one. And that car's complete. Had the engine, same thing, 289, 2-barrel, all that. Interior was taken out of the car, but it was there, so you could see it was very much rust free. You know, the fender had a little bit of surface, but like nothing crazy at all. And you know, of course, it's so hindsight's always 20/20. I should have just took it home, but I didn't, and I really wish I did. Whether I could have resold that, I don't know. But you know, the mother-in-law has been after something. You know, they could have drove it. Anybody could have drove it. You know, the thing with these old cars is, you know, they really don't die. You know, if something happens, like, oh no, the alternator went out, or you know, on these Fords are famous for the starter relay there, and it's just a little tiny thing. It costs like $20. And it's nice driving old cars.
Really is nothing like jumping behind the wheel of an old car and flicking that key and going for a cruise. Do yourself a favor, while these cars are still kind of affordable, go get one, because they've certainly come up in the last handful of years, and I promise you they're only going up in value more and more as time goes on, at least for the foreseeable future. So thanks for watching, and as usual, the like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. Next time we see you, maybe this will be on the road.